And I got stuck in Roadworks on the way into the O2, you know, by the Blackwall Tunnel. I fucking hate Roadworks. They always have that sign saying slow. I think we should have a sign we can stick out the car window. Get a fucking move on then. Park me car in the multi-storey car park. There's a sign on the way into the multi-storey car park, maximum height. But it shows you on the way out as well. Bit fucking late now, ain't it? And I gets in the car. You always know when your wife's been using the car because you're getting it and she's done something freaky with the seat. Who the fuck drives like this? But you actually get there before you even arrive. I do loads of driving. What is it's strange when you're driving behind somebody, isn't it? And they're driving really slow. You're all like, come on, mate. There's how accidents happen. Slow fucking drivers. Strange when somebody's driving behind you, though, rushing you. Different story, isn't it? Suddenly you'll miss the highway code. No. Says 30. I'm doing 30. You ever been behind that police car and they're doing 69? You're like, come on, mate, it's fucking 70 here, come on. And then suddenly they pull over, now you've got to overtake them. You're doing 1 mile an hour more than him. It takes you like fucking 2 hours to overtake him. You're like, don't look at him, don't look at him. Don't move your lips, don't move your lips. I do loads of night driving. You know when you're driving at night, you're trying to drive carefully and safely, so you've got your forward beam on, you know, and then someone comes in the opposite direction, so you turn your forward beam off, but he fucking keeps his on. So then you start flashing him. Hey, mate, you got your fucking forward beam on! He's like that, I was just about to turn mine off, but fuck it, I'll keep it on now, you twat. Now you start being jousting. Come on, you fucking come in. Fuck you! I'm blind! It's like moths. They love a bulb, don't they? Moths. Oh yeah, you'd be driving up a country lane and you'll see a moth go like, oh, it's a light. Oh, it's coming this way. I love lights. Yeah. So you ever seen one of those dogs on those retractable leads? You ever seen that? They actually think their owners accidentally let them go free. You can see them go, fucking hold on, I've got a bit of room here, hold on. Yeah, I'm free. It's like ducks. Why do ducks eat bread? How the fuck did they get a taste for that? They got no baking skills, have they? You don't see David Attenborough on the TV going, and here we see in Greg's the Bakers. The mallard holding a large sliced loaf. You ever tried to duck a whole slice? They get all fucked up. They don't know what to do with it. They start pecking out the middle, you know? He's fucking wearing it. Suddenly looks like fucking Shakespeare. What is this I see before me? But granary bread? And why? Why do tiny little birds this size have to sing their little fucking heads off early in the morning? You know, they're up in the trees at 4 in the morning, little bird this size going, I'm singing my tiny little fucking head. And they're always happy, aren't they? I'm so happy. You never hear any miserable birds in the morning, do you? You know, up in the trees doing a couple of Morrissey numbers, you know? Every day is like Sunday. See, that's how birds communicate. They have to sing. To a bird, every day is just one big musical. You know, the birds are in the trees going, I see some worms, yes I do, yes I do. Yes, I see them too, yes I do, yes I do. I'm going to bed now, well shut the fuck up then. It's like pigeons. You never see a pigeon on their own, do you? They're always with a bunch of other pigeons in the middle of town, don't they? You know? Oh, yeah, they're all fucking hard in a gang. You ever looked at a pigeon? You ever looked at one? They always look like they can hear something upstairs, don't they? I got completely lost coming into the O2. I got completely lost. It's no wonder all the fucking one-way systems round here. Even the signs go, don't know. had to ask somebody for directions. Isn't it funny when somebody asks us for directions, isn't it? Isn't it funny how helpful you are depending on what they look like? You know, if somebody walks up to you in the street and they go, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the library is, please?" You're like, "Ah!" Oh, but if it's a big, tall, blonde bird, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the station is, please?" "I fucking live there." "Take me home, I can lick your windows." You ever ask somebody for directions and they end up asking you for directions? You ever heard that bloke? It's fucking hilarious. You go, "Excuse me, do you know where the station is, please?" And they go, "Oh, yeah, do you know where the garage is on the corner?" No. "Well, do you know the exhaust centre on the roundabout?" Fucking no. I'm the one who's lost, remember? Fuck off, I'll ask somebody else, you twat. It's like when you're at the late night spa shop, you know, and that bloke behind the counter's trying to give you directions. You're in one of the aisles and he's going, "Just there, on the third shelf. I can see it from here, you fucking idiot." You know, you're in one of the aisles going, Where? I can't see it. Where? "Just there, you fucking fool." You know, it turns into one man and his dog, you know. Yes, that's it. Bring. Got me shopping online in the end. You ever got your shopping online from Tesco's or Sainsbury's? And that bloke brings it to your door and he goes, "Sorry, we didn't have any cereal, so I put some cat litter in." That's okay. I mean, these blokes just make random stuff up and put it in your fucking basket. They arrive at your door and go, "Sorry, we didn't have any cabbages, so I put my shoes in." Shop the same way as him, we'd be knackered. You'd be in a shop going, "Oh, they've got no bananas. Fuck it, never mind. Crankshaft." Same thing. People say the most ridiculous things. Like the other day, I was standing out here next to a door and a bloke went, "Oh, you can't stand there. That's a fire door. If there's a fire, people are going to be running out of there." I said, "I won't be standing here, will I? I'll be running with every other fuck you twat." Ridiculous. It's like the other day, I was standing on the platform of a station, an announcement come over the speaker, "The next train is a non-stopping service." I'm standing there, a train went... What's the point in telling me that? That's like walking over to the guard and going, "See that train? I'm not getting on it." That's like one of us running past the station going, "Hey, I'm not coming in." Same thing. And what is it with those people that get up out of their seat to get off the bus or the train and you jump in their seat and it's fucking hot, isn't it? You think, how can someone's arse generate this much heat? Oi, nuclear arse. It's like when you was a kid. Do you remember you was a kid and your dad had the Austin shipmobile for a car? You know, everything in it was that black vinyl plastic. When he parked that car in direct sunlight, when it was time to get back in the car, if he undone the door, it was like he'd undone a fucking pizza oven. It was like, all your fringes gone, your eyebrows. He'd pull that seat back to get you in the back. You couldn't touch the seats. You were like, fuck. You know, your dad would get in the car and try and drive, but everything's hot. The fucking door, the seat, the steering wheel, the gear stick. He looked like Mick Jagger in a fucking driving lesson, you know? You know, us kids are in the back all doing this, you know? My mum's up front fucking doing this. My dad's driving like this. People are waving at us as we're going down the street. Fucking hell, the Rolling Stones are on tour again. And what is it these days, people in cars, right, at level crossings? You know, they're perfectly rational people until they see that barrier start to come down. They run a little bit late and the train's coming. They sit there and they go, here's me in a Fiat Uno, a small crushable object made mostly of plastic and alloy, and here comes a huge fucking train doing 100 miles an hour. Let's see if I can beat it. Ding, 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 fuck! What did they think? The train driver was gonna swerve? I don't like travelling on the train late at night. I can't stand it. I always think that bloke with the mad swiveling eyes is going to lunge at me and go like, hey, tickets please. Well, you've got to be careful on trains now. You hear all these stories about people getting mugged. You know, they say in case of an emergency on a train, what you've got to do is you've got to pull that emergency cord. Yeah, that's great, that's great. That stops the train. Don't stop the mugger, though, does it? Now you're miles from any station, there's some bloke standing in front of you going, good, I've got more time. And you know some idiots, they just want to pull that cord just for a laugh. Why do they give idiots that, the option to stop the train? That's one of the train's major controls. That's the handbrake, that is. That's the driver's job, not our job. They don't give everybody a steering wheel to use on the bus, do they? You know, everyone's on the bus, I want to go home. Fuck off, we're going to Lidl's. Everyone's on a scam. It's like, the other day, I had to book a flight on one of these cheap airlines. They got a scam going, haven't they? You've got to do it all yourself. You have to get on the airline's website, put all the details in for them, choose your own seat, weigh your own luggage, you're not overweight, print out your ticket on your printer. Fucking, I only wanted to go to Tenerife. I didn't know I was working for the fucking company. Now I'm getting worried whether they're going to give me the time off work to go on this trip. And have you been through security lately at the airport? Have you been through security? They still make you take your shoes off. Do you know why? In case you wake up that bloke staring at the X-ray screens. Oh yeah, you're going through security, no shoes on, doing all that shit, you know? You can see him over there staring at the screens going... I love that it's security. I love that when you go through security, you know, they make you take your shoes off and your belt and your jacket and your bag. It all goes in that tray, goes through the X-ray machine. You're actually saying to the security bloke, you know, these terrorists, they actually think they're going to change the way we live our lives. Oh, I don't fucking think so. You know, you're standing there stark bollock naked. Some bloke behind you wearing white gloves going, oh, no. Not going to change my life. Every day's a crack. Now, if you see an unattended bag left somewhere, you go, ah, the fucking hell's that? Years ago, if you saw an unattended bag, you go, I'm fucking having that. Then you got to go through that big metal detector, you know, that big doorway one, you know, the one that's meant to pick up any metal. Have you noticed? It's made of metal. That's like having a sniffer dog that's into fucking drugs, you know? I've got to find some soon, man. I'm getting the EBGBs. Now you're just about to climb aboard a jet-powered machine that engineers have spent years eliminating drag and turbulence so you can reach speeds of 500 miles an hour at 37,000 feet, destinations far across the planet, but they overlook one thing, one tiny design fault that fucks all that up. Yeah. The queue in W.H. Smith's at the airport. Fuck me, have you been in that queue? It's the most miserable conga in the world. There's people in that queue, they've been there for years going, You know, they always have two people on the tills. Unless they're really busy, then they just have the one. Which is why when they call the flight, you're late for the gate, you're running up one of those moving walkways, dragging your bag behind you on wheels, and have you noticed it starts to make that suggestive growling noise like it's getting turned on? Have you noticed that? You'll be walking up one of those moving walkways, your bag will be behind you going like... If you're really late, it starts to get really sexed up. It's like... If everyone's late, it sounds like a fucking orgy, you know? Oh yeah, do me big time, do me. Do me? Where the fuck did that come from? If I said that in our house, my wife would go like, fucking what? You know, do me. I'll do you in a minute, you chimp. You get to the gate of the airport, there's those smug fuckers at the gate, you know, the speedy boarders, you know them fuckers that are paid extra to be fast-tracked up the front. You can see them standing there going, think you'll find I'm first. Tosser. You know, he's going for his pre-flight checks, you know, Polonek, check. Corduroy trousers. Check. Really small penis. Check. He thinks he's going to get on the plane first. I don't think so. You know when that EasyJet woman starts speaking into that microphone, you know, speedy boarders and passengers with children only, please. When that comes out the speakers, that's translated into, ready! Bundle! Everyone's like, back off. I love seeing the faces of those speedy boarders when they realise they paid extra to be fast-tracked onto a fucking bus. Have you ever been on one of those buses you have to get to your plane? Have you ever checked out the driver? They're fucking mental. That's why they put them behind glass to protect the passengers. You can see them in that little cube gun. You know they got that little hole to put some meat through, you know. As soon as he's got you all on his fucking bus, he pisses off across a tarmac, overtaking jumbos, cutting up 737s. You're all in the back hanging on, you know. What's he doing? You all look like the back end of a butcher's van, do you know what I mean? You get to your plane, you know, you walk up the steps, and there to greet you at the door is, Orange Face Phyllis. Because you know everyone that works for EasyJet's fucking orange. And the trouble with EasyJet is everything's orange. So all the staff keep merging into the background. You're getting on the plane and hovering in front of you is like a hairdo with some teeth.
Welcome to EasyJet!
Fucking hell. And have you tried the seats on these cheap airlines? Have you tried the seats? The captain comes over the tannoy and he goes, once we're in the air, you'll be able to kick back and relax. Yeah. Have you tried pressing that little button in your armrest? Have you tried pressing that? Fucking, that's it. That's all you get. That's it. Kick back and fucking relax? What's this, Hobbit fucking Airlines? Because they always say that, don't they? When you're coming into land or you're going to crash, put your seat in the upright position. What? That's going to save my fucking life, is it? Not only is this a shit amount of room, but now you're 1 inch closer to the ground, the very thing that's going to fucking kill me! In fact, you've got to crash to get more leg room. It's on the... Oh, now that is what I call luxury.
What do you reckon, love? Love, where the fuck she gone?
Well, she won't be needing that then, will she? Then you get them fuckers, you know, the latecomers who turn up on the plane late, start trying to get their bag in the overhead locker. Oh. Now you're sat there with some stranger's knob coming at you. I didn't know the in-flight entertainment was dodge the dong. He's up there going, who are you? They've always got that huge bag that doesn't comply with handheld luggage regulations. He's still trying to squeeze it in there. Looks like he's trying to squeeze Anne Whitcomb into a fucking bread bin. You look out the window, there's the ground crew. I love the ground crew. There's always that bloke, isn't there, with the headphones plugged into the plane. I always think that's the biggest fucking iPod I've ever seen. It's always that bloke as well, isn't it, going around the plane with a clipboard, you know, ticking stuff off, you know, just before you take off. Going around the plane, you know, with a clipboard, go, Because that is what you don't want to see. You know, you're on the runway, you're just about to take off, you look out your little window and you can see him down on the tarmac go like, what the fuck's that? What the fuck is that? You know, you're staring out that window going like, because they always say, don't they, your life jacket's under your seat. But you never really check, do you? I mean, you have a little feel around, you know, come across that bloke's shoe in the seat behind.
Sorry.
Because you know that's what's going to happen. You're hurtling towards the ground at 500 miles an hour. You, in a blind panic, will be trying to get a fucking shoe on your head. You know, you're putting on the laces. Mine's not inflating. Have you read the safety instructions on a plane? They actually give you the instructions of how to use the sick bag. What, we don't know how to be sick into a bag? You're just about to Ralph, you've got it on your head going... Does anyone know how the fuck this works? And you're sat in your seat, you've got a 5-hour journey, you're sitting there going, yeah, this is all right, I can sit here for 5 hours, quite comfortable, actually. And then suddenly that woman gets on the plane, sits in the seat in front of you with that kid that won't stop fucking crying. And the only thing that stops him is when he pokes his head over the seat in front of you and you go, boo. Then his mum's face appears in that little gap between the seats and she goes, oh, I think you found a friend there. No, I don't want a fucking friend. Because you know what's going to happen now? She's going to have a fantastic journey and you're going to be Barney, the purple fucking dinosaur. You're still sitting there 3 hours late with that kid poking his head up like, I fucking hate kids. 4 hours later, he's still doing it. You're looking at the door going, if that door opens, I'm fucking jumping out. After 5 hours of this, the kid pokes his head up with the seat in front of you and you go, dare! Everyone in the seats behind you is like, fucking well done! If you were going to do it, I fucking was. I was an ugly kid. I was ugly when I was a kid. God, I was really dumb. I know, I can see your face. Not a lot has changed. I was really dumb when I was a kid. Like now, for instance, now I use an accountant, right? I have to, because I can't count. In maths at school, fuck, you should have seen me in maths at school. You know when you used to sit and do your times table? You used to sit in the dumb row in maths and do the times table. You know you used to do that? You used to sit there and go like, 1, 2, 2, 2 to the 4, 3 to the 6. I never learnt any maths. I just learnt that rhythm. You know, I used to just sit there and go like, So I go and see my accountant and he's like that. He's like, so what's your outgoings for this year, Mr. Evans? I go, that's easy, that's And we believe he knows what he's talking about, you know? He's got an office, he's wearing a suit, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, but you never see him working out in front of you, do you? I bet when you leave his office, he's like, goodbye, Mr. Evans, don't worry, we'll take care of everything. Goodbye, goodbye. And Somebody else who can't quite add up. I went to a shoe repairer's the other day, but they can cut you a key in the same shop. Who come up with putting them two things together? Keys and shoes. I think it's the bloke who works in there. Have you seen him? He's had his tiny fucking mind sniffing that glue all day. You know, you walk in that shop, he's always behind the counter going, yeah, keys and shoes, you know what I mean? He's always got that black patch around his nose where he leant too far on his lathe, you know? Keys and shoes. Who come up with putting them two things together? Was the first key cutting shop a really fucking long walk away? Some bloke walked for days. I walked for days to get this key cut. Couldn't do me shoes, could you? You can call up an emergency locksmith 24 hours a day. They come round your house, change all your locks. We had to do this a little while ago. This locksmith come round our house, he knocks on the door. My wife went, well, answer the door. Then I went, no, let's see how fucking good he is. Well, you've got to be careful who you let in your house these days, you know. Oh, yeah, you hear all these stories. Like my wife, right, she's a highly intelligent woman. We needed a plumber a little while ago. She gets one randomly off the internet. Just right, I said, well, who is he? He said he's a plumber. Yeah, but if he was a murderer, he wouldn't have that on his fucking website, would he? A big picture of him holding a knife going, no job too small. Well, you know, you see all these programs like Road Traders. You know, you let a plumber in your house, you know he's going to be having to got your pipes when you're not looking. Anything to get more money out of us. You stand in your kitchen and go, yeah, I can see your problem. What it is you're highly gullible, you see. For example, when I stick my screwdriver in that pipe, look, when I take it out, there's water pissing out there now. I mean, that's not right. And your boiler, don't get me started on your boiler. Look at this, look. Look at that. Someone's been having a go at that with a fucking hammer. Well, you watch Crime Watch, it shits you up. On Crime Watch, they always say the same thing. They always say the same thing. Beware of professional con men. What? There's amateur ones out there then, is there? You know, some bloke knocks on your door. Hello, love, I'm from the telephone company. Come to read your meter. So when I was a kid, we were worried about security where we lived, but we couldn't afford a bigger dog, so my mum just backcombed the Jack Russell. I mean, you watch the news, it shits you up. Did you see all the riots and that in London? Have you noticed every time there's a march that goes through any city, the bloke at the front with the megaphone, have you noticed? He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing there. He has to ask everybody else, what do we want? Everyone has to tell him, no more cuts. When do we want it? Now. You try watching the news. You can't watch the news anymore. It's impossible. They've got the football scores gone across the screen one way, the Dow Jones Index gone across the screen the other. You paid £1 million for a giant flat screen TV and they squeeze the newsreader in a 4-inch gap going like, here's the news. It's impossible. They try anything to stop us watching the news. They say the next piece contains flash photography. What they're saying is they don't want any epileptics to see what's coming up next. Fucking leave them alone. What if you suffer from that and you're a photographer? It must be a nightmare, you know? Have you taken it yet? Fucking hell, you all right, mate? They try anything to stop us watching the news. They say the next piece contains graphic scenes that some viewers may find disturbing. I don't know about you, but the first thing I reach for is a remote. Shut up, there's something fucking good on for once. And the satellite link, good luck with watching the satellite link on the news. You can't watch it, it's impossible. They keep losing reception. They go, and now over to John in the middle of Libya. There's some bloke in the middle of Libya going, I am in the middle of Libya. You're sat there going, fuck, I didn't know the King's speech was on tonight. They have no news for deaf people, because that's on at 3 o'clock in the morning. What they're saying is all deaf people are insomniacs. And they don't get to find out what's going on until that bloke pops up in the corner and starts to tell them. Do you know what he's saying? Go to bed. It's 3 in the fucking morning. You must be knackered. I saw this the other day. I can't believe this is on our TV. Unbelievable. It's like Channel 1 Million. Have you seen this? The Babe Station. What the fuck? There's a woman on a bed with her arse in the air doing that. What the fuck? She looks like a stranded walrus on a bed in a pair of pants. And she's on the phone. Who the fuck's she on the phone to? The RSPCA. Help me. I've got something jammed in my arse. Sometimes you'd be sat there and there's 2 women on that bed with their asses in the air. I mean, you can't concentrate. I keep thinking our bathroom needs regrouting. Why is it whenever you see a picture of a glamour model, they always stick their asses out like that? Why? You know, because all blokes go, if you actually met a bird like that, he'd freak you out. Hello, darling. Fucking what's wrong with you? Nothing. I'm a glamour model. You're like going out of Eddie the Eagle, but he never fucking lands. Embarrassing bodies, have you seen that? Why do they put that on at tea time? Why the fuck do they put that on at tea time? You'd be tucking into your sausage, egg and beans, and there'd be some bloke on there with piles hanging out of his arse. embarrassing bodies. So you think the people on there are embarrassed to talk about what they got. Oh, they fuck. They're dying to tell us what they got, ain't they? So tell us your embarrassing problem. Well, it's a bit embarrassing, really. So that's why I'd rather you point that huge big camera at my hairy man bag. So the millions of viewers across the country can have a right good gander at my fun pouch in high def. That's like going up the doctor's and he takes you out into the waiting room, takes you into the waiting room and goes, pulls your pants down and goes, can everyone see this man's all cock and brown? Gawk, have you seen him? Cock, more like. We gave her a brand new look and she looks fantastic. He humiliates women all the way through that show, sticks them in front of mirrors, tears their clothes off, goes, you look disgusting, girlfriend. Disgusting. Then he gives them a new dress, a makeup job, and he goes, you look fantastic. How'd you feel? All right, now you're not fucking shouting at me. The Time Team. You've seen The Time Team? Is it me, or do they all look like they cut their own fucking hair on that programme? They dig up a skeleton, they all stand around the hole going like that. What do you reckon killed him then? I don't know, you've just taken 2 tons of dirt off of him. Does the word suffocation mean anything to you? Went on that cash in the attic, I took all my beams and insulation, got 50 quid. It's not fucking bad, you know. You pick up a newspaper, everyone's talking about germs. I went to a Subway, the sandwich shop, the other day to get a sandwich. Have you been in there? They've got all the staff now wearing white hygienic gloves. I've only come in for a ham and cheese bap. Now it looks like I'm in for fucking major surgery. It's so they don't contaminate your food. Yeah, that's great. But have you noticed old Dr. Feelgood be on the counter there, the bloke serving you, he keeps the gloves on for everything. Oh, yeah, he's taking your money, he's using the till, cleaning out the bins, going to the bog. He actually hands you your change, still wearing the gloves. So that's 2030 streptococcus hepatitis C. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Now we all got to wash our hands. There's signs everywhere. Wash your hands, wash your hands. That's why I don't like using public toilets, because you know some fuckers, they don't wash their hands. So us lot take all the time in the trouble to wash our hands in a public toilet. When you go back to the door again to undo the door, as soon as you grab hold of that handle, you might as well have hold of somebody else's knob. You got the full George Michael right there. Dun-dun, the jitterbug. Have you had the flu jab yet? I've got mine in Superdrug. You can get it in Superdrug. I'm not joking, because I won't go to the doctor's, not for me flu jab, because he puts you in that waiting room where every fucker's got the flu. And I'll always be sat next to that bloke who turns away to sneeze, but fucking towards me, you know? Cheers, mate. Now I've got the flu. Thank you. Why do these people have to sneeze so loud? Have you heard them? You can hear them in the high street from miles away, you know? Is that your nostril? It's a bodily function. Do you think he does that of other bodily functions, you know? Passes wind. On the other side of me in that doctor's waiting room, I've got the other type of sneezer, the nearly sneezer. You know those people that go to sneeze, you dive for cover and they don't. They just sit there for hours transforming themselves into a werewolf with fucking sinus problems. They just sit there going, On the other side of the room, there's the rat impersonator. You know those people that sneeze, but they hold it all back, you know? You're on the phone to Rent-A-Kill, got one, big one, fucking massive. In the end, I got me injections in Asda's. Who thought Asda's would be giving us their flu jab? Do you think in the future they'd be taking on more medical procedures that you would normally get on the NHS? One day you'd be in the queue in Asda's, right? Some bloke would be having a heart attack and the cashier would go like, clear! No, we've lost him. Do you have a loyalty card? You've got to look after yourself. You know, I go for all my checkups. I don't like going up the dentist. I hate it in there because now they make you wear those huge, big plastic glasses. Fuck it, why? When I got the opticians, they don't make you wear a pair of giant joke shop goofy teeth, do they? I've upset our local optician. I've upset him. You know when he asks you to read the war chart when you go for your eye check? I just, as a laugh, I thought I'd read it all as one word. You know, just to lighten the proceedings. So I sat there and went, you should have seen the optician. Forget nothing. Some Polish bloke in the corner going,